Hi everyone, I'm Lisette. I'm the last member of Team 6 that couldn't expose or present the last class, so I'm talk about or the vocabulary of these two news about the war Ukraine and Russia. But in this news, we saw the next vocabulary. The first word is blackmail. This one is a noun that means extortion or coercion by threats, especially of public exposure or criminal prosecution. What it means that is extortion is when someone wants to get something and then that person does threats. Is menacing people. And in the example in the new was Putin nuclear blackmail of Ukraine and the West continues. What it means that Putin is doing a blackmail is saying that if someone enter into the conflict, everyone will see consequences that no one has known until today. So that one is an example of blackmail that is happening in this moment in the world. Another examples are, for example, Anna was a victim of blackmail. It means that Anna received a blackmail from someone else. It means that receive a threat, an menace, I'm sorry. And yes, the other example is the servant extort a blackmail from her employer. That means that had a kind of extortion in the work. So that's the meaning of blackmail. The second one is meltdown. Meltdown, and this is a noun that means the accidental melting of the core of the character. What it means, there is a kind of crisis, in other words. And the example in the new is, but while the prospect of nuclear meltdown has receded for now, Russian President Vladimir Putin nuclear blackmail of Ukraine and the West continues. So we can see that while the prospect of nuclear meltdown, a nuclear crisis has receded for now, and then the other thing. And another examples of this is, for example, fears that an accident could cause meltdown, could cause a crisis, or just because the threat of meltdown is now receding does not mean the crisis is over. The next one is challenge. Challenge is a verb. It means to throw shells at, upon, or into. In other words, it's a synonym of bombard. And the example in the new is the International Atomic Energy Agency report that the fire at the plant on Thursday night caused by Russian shelling was extinguished. That is, that its 6 reactors were intact. Okay, it means caused by the Russian bombard. If we want to put in other simplest words, simpler word, I mean. And another examples are hundreds of thousands of civilians were trapped under repeated shelling, repeated bombard, and used as human shells. That's a really cruel. The other one is the shelling of Gaza, the destruction of an electrical power station, the cutting off of water are not causing any outcry. That's really hard news, as we can see. And the last one is reckless. Reckless is an adjective that means marked by lack of provocation, careless of or consequence, or the synonym of irresponsible. The example in the new is, and some analysts warn that Putin's threat of to escalate in such a reckless way, in such a irresponsible way, cannot easily be dismissed given his past conduct. We can see that Putin is is a kind of a reckless person or a kind of irresponsible person in that way. And another example is, he's a wild and reckless young woman. He's a wild and irresponsible young woman. Uh, young man, I'm sorry, I'm changing the gender of the person. And the last example is when reckless companies engage in corruption, the consequence can be devastating. That's 100% real. And that's it. Thanks for watching.